we have Amina Alin Nkeki, as I did introduce her earlier. She was one of those who was kidnapped, and I think she was the very first that escaped captivity as well. She joins us virtually. Good morning, Amina. Good to see you, and thank you for joining us on the program. So you clearly have gone through a lot. So if you don't mind, could you then tell us, what can you tell us about what transpired and how you got away?
As you said, good morning to you all. My name is Amina. I'm in Nkeki. So among the girls who were adopted in 2014, then I'm the first one who escaped in 2016.
Indeed, Amina, we're so happy to have you with us on Sunrise Daily. Thank you so much for joining us. And yes, your story was indeed a remarkable one, because 2 years after the initial abductions took place, people had assumed, or some were already beginning to give up hope of, you people ever returning. And yet, when we saw you on national television, we knew that there was hope that, the rest of the girls could be returned. You, alongside your baby, who was 4 months old at that time, were rescued, and a man whom, said he was your husband. I don't know how that has panned out now, but we know that in 2017 you got into university. Is that correct? So tell us, 10 years after the abduction took place, how much progress would you say you've made? That incident, does it still scar you in many ways? Please talk to us.
Okay. Please can you say the question again? Because I didn't get to.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Great. I was asking, I said, 10 years after that incident occurred, how do you feel? Do you still think about it?
Sorry?
Okay.
Do you still think about that incident 10 years after?
Well, not yet, because for now I'm somewhat alive, so nothing else that can talk about. I'm okay for now. I'm just praying that some of my sister will be back.
How are you doing? What are you currently doing? Are you in school? Are you done with school? Are you back home? Can you tell us a bit more?
No, I'm still schooling in Yola, so I'm studying mass communication.
Oh, that's interesting. That's certainly very good to know. So how many more years do you have before you're done?
Now I'm in my second year, so I still have some years to go with that.
I'm happy to hear that. What about your baby? What happened to your baby?
Yeah, she's fine, and she's living here in Yola with me.
Okay. So I don't know, when you think about the rest of your sisters, as you call them, do you sometimes believe that they can still be returned 10 years after?
Yeah, that's it. And I still have that hope that they will miss one day.
I'm happy to hear that. Have you been through some counseling since the incident happened?
Sorry, can you say that again?
I was asking if you've been through counseling.
It's usually a difficult scenario, not even wanting to, just rehash any feelings that you might have had previously. But in terms of your schooling now, How is school and your fees and everything going on? Are you doing okay? Is everything fine now?
Yeah, for now, we thank God everything is going fine. But at the first time, we just got option, but for now, we thank God everything is going well.
You know, at the time you escaped, there were people were still trying to understand what actually happened. So what is it that you can tell us about how you escaped?
Um, I escaped when soldiers went to the forest to fight the Boko Haram. So that's how we started. And then too, they are running to the bush to hide. So, and we too started running like we are going to hide. And after that, we get our own way, and that's how we escaped. But because of the how the bush big it is, and we don't know where, before we come out, it takes us 1 month plus.
1 month plus?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh dear. All right, let's Ayo equally has questions for both of you. Ayo, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Chamberlain. Let me begin with the young lady. Amina, my colleague Malcolm was trying to ask you questions about, some of your colleagues the other time. Which one of them do you remember right now who are still in custody, and what can you remember about them?
I always remember them that because there is time we were in captivity, some of them used to encourage me when they see me I'm crying. So some of them used to encourage me, and if I don't see some of them picture of me, so I'm always remember them.
So which one of them can you remember right now, and what do you think they are going through right now?
More especially my friend Amy Brian, and she's still in that captivity. We have never been separated in that captivity. We are always together. If I come home during holiday and I see her parents, it always makes me sad.
And we understand that there are 92 others. How does that make you feel that they are not back home with their parents? How do you feel about that?
I feel so sad because that place is not a good place that you wish that your friends or somebody, even you are not related with that person, but you are seeing that situation in that place, not good for them to live there. So I'm praying that one day them to carry it and have their freedom. Like we have our freedom now, and even to share the happiness, we are always there with our parents. Them too, I wish for them.
I mean, I really do feel your pain, and I'm sure many people watching you right now feel the same. But what do you think is being done to them now? How do you think they could be feeling? What do you think will be going through their minds right now, particularly because of, I mean, it's been 10 years. What do you think they're going through now? What do you think could have happened to them?
I may think that they're going through sickness, through hunger, and some things, because even now some of them have been a mother of 3 children, 4 children, and it's not easy for them in that forest, because even to have food for only one person is difficult, and you are still taking care of children, and it's not easy to you to go out and find a food for them. So even this is difficult for them.
We also hear, Amina, that some of them were forced to marry the people who captured them. Is it true?
For me, they didn't force us to get married, but the way they come and play their roles, that if we didn't agree to marry them, we are going to be their slaves. So from that faith, there are some of us, and because of the starting taking some of the girl among us and go with them. So it's because of that fear made some people that, so if I'm going to be a slave, let me get married. So that's how some people decide to get married. And some people say that they will take all the risks. And some of us get mad that maybe it will be a way for them to escape, more especially this person like me. For me, it's not because of they are forced us to get married. Because I see they're starting the road to take us to this step. So I think that it's good for me to get married to one person so that maybe I'll get the freedom to go anywhere I want, so that from that I will get a way to escape. It will be a way for me. So that's why it's that.
So none of the, you don't think any of them was forced to marry anybody?
No, it's just because of the rules they play, and they start taking some of the years and then to control their duty as a slave. So that's how some people change their mind.
It's been 10 years, Amina. Do you think it is difficult for governments to rescue them? Do you think, how do you feel about that, that your friends, do you think it is difficult for government to rescue them? Do you think it is, how difficult is it, from what you can tell us, to rescue your friends?
For me, I think that it's not difficult for government to rescue these yes, because he has a many ways to follow to rescue the girl as a leader, and we also know what is happening in his country. Then it can be difficult to